Hello everyone, I'm Yadagi Reddy and welcome to my channel HYR Tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download the files in different browsers using Selenium WebDriver. So here I'm going to take Chrome, Firefox, Edge as the browsers. Okay, so these are the topmost browsers in the industry today, right? So I'm going to take all these three browsers and I will show you how to download the files in these three browsers using Selenium WebDriver. So generally in our automation, we have a requirement to verify whether the file is downloaded or not. So when you click on any link or any button, sometimes the file will be getting downloaded, right? So we need to verify whether the file is downloaded or not. So for that, first we should know how to, download the file, right? So here the downloading part is easy, right? That is what you are thinking. So when I click on any button or link, it is actually downloading the file into my computer. So why I need to learn that separately? So that is what you are thinking, right? Sometimes some file extensions will not directly download into your computer, okay? Like PDF or something. So when I click on PDF download, it will not directly download into my computer. It will open that PDF in the preview mode in Chrome browser itself. I mean, any browser you take, either it is a Chrome or Firefox or Edge. So it is going to open that file in the preview mode, right? So let's see how it is actually going to open, okay? So here I want to download different files, okay? So I'll type download different file formats or file extensions. Okay, so here there are some websites, so I want to go with the second one. Okay, so I have already checked this first one. This first one is having some survey links and all, so I don't want to fill the survey links and all, so I'm going with the second one basically. So here this website I'm going to use for practice today. Okay, so you just come down here. So here there is different files actually, okay, video files, audio files, documents, images and other files like HTML, CSS, zip file, okay. So you can download any file from here. So the test files are available here, okay. So I want to download any document file. So in the documents, first I will show you with normal document, then we will go to PDF. So if I open this, the normal document I am downloading, okay, I'm going with the lesser version, the lesser size. So it is downloading directly. It is not giving any pop-up or any warning or anything, okay. So this is fine. But when I go to PDF, right, so if I click on download, the file is not actually downloading into my computer. It is opening in the preview mode, right? So again I need to click on this download button, but I don't want to do like that, okay. When I click on that link, by default it should download into my computer, okay. So that is what I want to achieve. So we will see how to achieve that one. So for every extension, there is a different way of downloading, right? So almost all the extensions except PDF will directly download into your file, your computer, okay? So we will specially see the PDF and any other format also. So let me add the code first. I'm going to handle this one in different browsers, right? So I'm going to have only one class. So I'll just write like this, a comment one. So for the Chrome driver code and for the Firefox driver code like that. So here first I need to open the browser, okay? So here I'm taking the help of WebDriver Manager dot Chrome driver dot setup. So this will set up the prerequisites for a Chrome driver. Then WebDriver driver equal new Chrome driver. So I want to open the Chrome browser. So after opening, I want to just maximize the browser. Driver.manage.window.maximize. So this will maximize my browser window. So after this, I want to navigate to the website, right? So this part is going to change, guys. This part is going to change for Chrome, Firefox and Edge. But whatever I'm writing after that, this code will not change, right? So for every browser, the code will be same only, okay? So here first let me go to the website. So this is the website, okay? So I'm navigating to this website. So after navigating, I need to click on this download button, this browse button, right? So here every button is browse only, okay? So first let me inspect this. And let's see whether this is having any unique ID or not. So this is an anchor tag and it is not having any ID or anything, okay? So what I need to do, I need to click on the browse button only by using this link text or something. Or I need to click on this browse button based on this text, okay? So for the documents, I need to click on the browse button. So this one I want to take as a reference, okay? So first let me write the XPath for this one. So this is the H3 tag and it's a text, right? So this is the XPath for this text, this H3 tag, okay? So by using this one, I want to go to this browse button. So this anchor tag is a sibling for this H3 tag, right? So I can use following. So it is after that only, right? So I can use following sibling and it is an anchor tag, okay? something wrong. So here I need to use hyphen. Okay, so now you can see it is working. It is giving 1 of 1. If it is giving 1 of 2 or 1 of 3, then I can use the link text again, but I don't need to use the link text because it is already unique. Okay, so let me copy this. Driver.find element by xpath is the locator and this is the value dot click. Okay, after that, once we click on this browse button, I need to select the file type, which one I want to download, right? We have different file types here. Okay, here also you can see for all the buttons the text is same. Okay, so if I inspect any button here, you can see the text is same for all the buttons. Select file size and download. So how can I click on only PDF select button or document select button? So I need to click on this button based on this text again, right? So I need to inspect this text first. So this is the text td. So after that it is a sibling. Okay, so inside this td we have the anchor tag. So let's write the xpath for that. So it's easy guys. So I'm not going to explain xpath much here. So here it is in the following sibling td only. But when I write following sibling td, it is pointing to the second one, right? So I need to go to third one. So the index will be 2. Okay, from this one, this is the first sibling and this is the second sibling. So I'm giving 2 as the index. Okay, so inside this I have the anchor tag. Now you can see 1 of 1. So this is unique, right? But we have one problem here. So what is the problem? So this xpath is like a static xpath. So it will only click on this download button based on only PDF. I cannot write all the download buttons, I mean all the xpath, right? So I need to make this one as a parameterized one. Okay, it should be a dynamic xpath. So I need to replace this PDF with doc or docs so that it will click on this download button, right? So that part I'm going to do in the code. So first let me add the code here, then I will modify that. Okay, find element by locator is xpath dot click. So from here I don't want to modify. I want to create one variable and I want to modify there. So what is this actually, PDF or doc or something? So those are the file types, right? Or file extension we can say. So I'll simply go with file type. So by default I'm giving PDF. So this file type I need to parameterize here. So how do I do that? It's very simple, just concatenation. So now whatever I change here, that will be reflected here. So it will be dynamic xpath. So once I click on that, so let me click on this. So again it will give the size options for us, right? But here you can see download sample PDF file. So for PDF this is like this. For Excel it will be download sample Excel file, right? So again this is like a different one, right? I mean I don't want to go with this complete text. I want to go with only starts with text. Okay, so I want to use starts with method in that case, right? So this is the text, anchor tag, starts with. So I'm creating one generic xpath. That is why I need to write like this. Otherwise I can directly use the link text here. Okay, so now this one is highlighting 3 elements. But if I use find element method, right, it will only take the first occurrence. That is what I want to do here, right? So I don't want to go and click on 1 MB file. I want to go with the lesser version only. Okay, lesser data file only. So it will always pick the first occurrence. So this xpath will work for all the types. Either it is XLS file or either it is PDF file. Driver.find element by xpath. So this is the value. So this is also again a generic one. So now our code will work with all different types of files and in all browsers. So this one I'm going to change for every browser basically. So let me execute this script. So how it is actually working, let's see. So we are expecting it should download, but how it is actually going to react, let's see. You can see the file is not downloaded into the computer. Okay, the file is opened in the preview mode in the browser window itself. So again I need to go and click on this download button. So that I don't want to do. Okay, because here this download button is again not from the Selenium. Okay, not from the web application. It is going to be a browser download button. I cannot click on that, right? So to avoid all this, so when I click on this download button, the file should be downloaded into my computer. So that's what I want to do. So if you want to make any changes to the browser window, that means the browser which is opened by the automation, then you need to go for the desired capabilities or options, right? So if you are going with options, for every browser we have a different option. So the desired capabilities are common among all the browsers, but the desired capabilities are the standard ones. Okay, so not like these things. The standard ones like SSL certificate, those are the desired capabilities. So for this download preferences or any these things, right, it will come under options only because it is browser specific basically. So I'm going to create one options class here. So for Chrome options is the class. So let me take the Chrome options. I'm just creating the instance for the Chrome options class here. Options, new Chrome options. So now I need to set some preferences to these options, right? Then only the download will be happen to my local computer. So I need to set the preferences, right? The preferences will be like a map. So it is going to have key and value page. So I need to create one map or hash table or something. So I'm going to create one hash map and it will have key and value. So the key will be string I'm giving and the value I don't know. So sometimes it might be a boolean value, sometimes it might be an integer value, sometimes it might be a string value also. Okay. So that is why I'm going to go with object. So which is a super type of all these classes. So let me create the instance for this hash map. So okay, sorry, I forgot to add the variable name itself here. So I'll just name it as prefs. So these are the preferences, right? So I want to create the preferences and add those preferences into this preferences map. So now prefs dot. So this is the hash map. So I need to use the put method and the key is string. That is what I have mentioned, right? So what is the key that I need to pass? So here the key is this one, plugins dot. So in the preferences also you have so many categories, right? Like for the downloads you have one category and for plugins you have one category, like that there are so many categories. So the first thing that we are writing here is category. So after category we need to use dot symbol and after that we are going to put the key. So that key we are going to separate each word using underscore. So if I write you will understand easily. So the key is actually always open PDF externally. That is the key. So always open PDF externally. So here how many words you have? Basically always is one word, open is one word, PDF is one word, externally is one word, right? So every word should be separated by underscore symbol here. Always open PDF externally. So this is how you have to mention the key. So the value is actually a boolean value for this one. So I'm going to pass true here. False means it will open again in the preview mode only. If it is true, it is going to download into the computer. So now I have created the preferences object, but I need to set this preferences object to the options, right? This Chrome options I need to set. So here we have one method that is set experimental option. So we have many options, right? We can directly add the capabilities or we can directly add arguments. So like this, we have one more option that is set experimental option. So using this one, we are going to set the preferences. So what is the key? Key is prefs. And my value is this object. So this hash map object. So now the value is set, right? But here I haven't added these options to the Chrome driver constructor. So even though you have added, you have created the preferences and added the keys to the preferences. So if you don't add this, options to the constructor, there's no point, okay? So these options will not work until and unless you pass these options to the Chrome constructor. So now this will work. So this time let me execute. So this time what should happen? It should not open the file in the preview mode. It should directly download the file into the local computer, right? So let's execute this. So this video is going to be a little lengthy video, guys, because I need to show all the three browsers, right? So a lengthy video, but it is a worth of it, okay? So now you can see it clicked on the link and it did not open the preview mode, right? So it is downloaded the file into my local computer. So let me just go to here and click on show in folder. Okay, so I want to see where it is actually downloaded. So it is downloaded the file into downloads folder. So by default, downloads is the default directory for every browser, right? So first let me delete these two files. Then I will show you where you can actually change that. So in the settings, Chrome settings, you will have a default directory, right? So for downloads location, you can see location is actually this downloads. So if I change this location, then it will download that file into that one, right? But this change is coming from the manual browser. So manually I have opened this browser, and if I make the change manually, whenever I download the file, then the file is actually going to this folder. But in the automation, by default, it will be downloads only. So how do I change the directory in the automation? So for that also, we need to add one more key. So if you want to make any changes to the browser in the automation, we have to go with only the options, right? So I need to set another preference here. So what is that preference? Let's see. Preference dot put. So the key name is download. So here the category is download. Okay, so in the preferences the category is download. So after the category I need to put one dot, then the key comes. The key is default directory. Okay, so here two words are there. Default is one word and directory is another word. So I'm going to use one underscore symbol directory. Okay, So default directory I need to mention. So this default directory will not be a boolean value, right? So where I want to download the file, that file location I want to mention. That means the file location will be always a string value, right? So here it will be a string value then. So where I want to download actually? So let's go here. I want to download into any of these things. Like let's go to music. So let me create one folder here, test downloads. So into this one, I want to download the file. So let me copy the location. So I'm going to paste the location here. So now the other preference is also set. The first preference, what it will do, it will download the file. And the second preference, it will download the file into the custom directory. Okay. So the file is actually downloading, but it should download into the custom directory, not to the default directory. Okay. So the default directory itself we are changing. So now let me execute this. Yes. So now the file is downloaded. Okay, where it is downloaded. So let me open show in folder. Okay. Now you can see the file is downloaded into the music folder, test downloads folder. That means it is taking the custom directory. Whatever we have given, that directory it is taking. So let's go back to downloads folder and check. So the file is not available here. Only the file is available under music test downloads folder only. Okay. That means it is actually considering the default directory. I mean the changed custom directory. So this is how you need to change the custom directory, the default directory to custom directory. So now we have seen how to download, right? Let's also see any other format. Any other format, okay? Any other one format is enough. So I want to download doc file. So just execute this. So now it is downloading one document file, okay? You can see the document file is downloaded, and let's click on this show in folder. So where it is downloading under music test downloads, that means it is taking the custom directory. So this is also good. So we have seen how to do this, I mean how to download the files with the Chrome browser, right? So now let's go to Edge browser and we will also see how to download the files in the Edge browser also. Then we will go to Firefox browser. So I need to just comment this. First I need to copy this, okay? So before commenting, I'll just copy this because for the Edge browser also these things are same. So this will be Edge browser. So what I need to change? I need to change these things, right? So the code will be same only. I mean these things, the navigation and clicking, this part will be same only. Only these things will be changing here. So I need to take the Edge options now, right? Edge options. So let me copy this. So this options is going here. So here I need to navigate to Edge. I mean I need to open the Edge driver basically, right? So rest all same. So here also I'm going to first keep this one as false. Okay. So let's see. Or I will not directly pass any options. Okay. So even though I have the options here, I'm not going to pass the options. That means by default it should open the file in the preview mode only, right? So let me execute this. So once we see how it is actually opening, then we will change that, okay? So the Edge browser is open. Okay, so now the file is actually pointing to the document, okay? So document can be downloaded directly, right? So I need to change this one to PDF. Okay, now let me execute this. So I'm not giving driver.kit at the end because I want to see that, okay? I don't want to close the browser immediately. So I want to see where it is actually downloading and whether it is downloading or not. So that part I want to see. That is why I'm not closing the browser, okay? So now you can see the PDF is open in the preview mode. It is not downloading, right? So the same behavior we have observed with the Chrome also first, okay? So now without changing any preferences, let's just pass these preferences, okay, these options to the browser. So in the Chrome and Edge browser, the base browser is actually Chromium, okay? So on top of Chromium, Chrome and Edge, both the browsers are actually developed. So that is why we have the same keys for Chrome browser as well as Edge browser, okay? But Firefox is not developed on top of Chromium. It is developed completely differently, okay? So that is why we are going to have a different set of keys for the Firefox. But for Edge and Chrome, the keys are same, okay? So now let me just execute this. Here you can see we have already changed the default directory also. Okay, so without again executing one thing without default directory, one thing with the default directory, I'm executing only one time by changing the default directory. Okay, so now you can see the PDF file is directly downloaded. Okay, it did not open in the preview mode. So let's see where it is actually downloaded. So I want to click on this show in folder. Okay, now you can see under the music test downloads, the file is downloaded. That means the custom directory it is considering. Okay, so here we have seen how to download the file with Edge browser also, right? So in the starting itself we have already seen how to download the doc file, so I'm not going to show you that again. So doc and PDF how to download in the Edge browser, that also we have seen. So the last thing that is pending here is Firefox browser. Okay, so one more thing guys, so here I'm actually using 4.00 beta version of Selenium. So for this Edge, right, so if it is 4, I mean above 4, the options are different. If it is below 4, the options are different. The way how we perform is different. So what is actually different? So let's see. So first let me comment this thing. So I want to use the 3+ version. So I want to comment the 4 version here. So for Chrome, there is no change. Only for the Edge browser, the change is there. Okay. So if you come here, it is throwing the error. So what it is throwing? So under the Edge options, we don't have any method called set experimental options. So how do I work with that then? So for that, what you can do is there is something called Edge Selenium tools. Okay. So before Selenium 4, say Edge is providing another dependency for handling these kind of preferences. So you can write Edge Selenium. So we need to type like this guys, Edge Selenium tools Java. Okay. So first let's open this one, GitHub. Okay. So inside this, you can see one dependency is there. So this dependency we need to add explicitly only if you are using below Selenium 4 version. If you are using above Selenium 4 version, you no need to add any extra dependency. By default under the Edge options, set experimental method is actually available. So if you are working with below Selenium 4, then only you have to add this dependency. So let me copy this and let's go to this one and I need to add the dependency here. Okay. So I just align this. So you can see it is downloading the resources. Okay, so the download is completed. Let's come here and these things we need to change. Okay, previously it is coming from this one, right? So we need to change this. So let me first remove this so that it will ask again. So you need to import this Edge options which is coming from the Selenium tools. So that is what we have added, right? So now the error is gone. Okay, but here it is throwing the error. So what it is throwing? It says the constructor is deprecated. Okay. So actually the constructor is also coming from the Selenium basically. So this constructor also should come from the Selenium tools only. Okay. So now let me import the constructor which is coming from the Selenium tools. So now the problem is solved. So let's execute this. So I just want to check whether this is working correctly or not with below Selenium 4 version. See, the file is actually downloaded. That means it is working correctly, right? Let's click on show in folder. So it is available under music test downloads. This is the custom directory we have given. Okay. So let me remove this. So now this one is completed, right? So let me comment this. And in the last, I want to look at the Firefox. Okay. So I need to add the code for launching the Firefox. WebDriver manager .firefox driver .setup. Then WebDriver equal new Firefox driver. So this Firefox is having completely different kind of settings, guys. So you have to definitely learn this also. Okay. So this one I'll just add. So I want to simply maximize the browser. Okay. So first what I will do, without adding any preferences or anything, let's execute this one and see how it is actually behaving. So let me click on run. So I'm not adding any options or anything. By default, how it is actually behaving, I want to check in the Firefox. So the website is opened and it is trying to download. But you can see the file is again opened in the preview mode, right? But I want to download the file. Okay. So here you can see in the options, so the default directory is downloads and here this PDF is actually open in Firefox. Okay, so this is what we want to change. We want to download the file. So let me close this. So first I need to create one Firefox profile. So if you want to make any changes to the Firefox, you have to create the Firefox profile, new Firefox profile. So under the Firefox profile, I need to add the preferences. Here I'm creating this preferences hash map and adding like this set experimental option, right? So that kind of method is not available under the Firefox. So under the profile dot set preference. So basically we are setting the preferences here, right? So here we have one method called set preference. Okay. So here the keys are completely different. So these keys will not work with the Firefox. So the Firefox keys are completely different. So if I want to download the file, right, directly PDF file, the key is different. So what is the key here? pdfjs.disabled. So this is the key. Okay. So it is saying enabled. Enabled or disabled means it is actually pointing to a Boolean value, right? So, okay, sorry, it is disabled, guys. Basically, we want to disable that. So the value is true. So we want to disable that preview mode and we want to download the file directly into our system, right? So let me execute this and see whether the file is actually downloaded. Okay, let me stop this execution. Here I have added the profile, but I did not set this profile to the options and I did not add those options to the Firefox driver, right? So let me do that. So I need to create one Firefox options also. Firefox options, new Firefox options. So under the Firefox options, I need to set this profile. So we have one method called set profile. So the profile is profile here. So this portion, it will come here. So I need to pass these options to the Firefox driver constructor, right? So here, let me run this. We have created the options, we have created the profile, and we have set the profile. We have set the preferences under the profile, and that profile is set to the options, and that options are passed to the Firefox driver constructor, right? So this is the change, guys. So this is the change in the Firefox driver. Now it is trying to download. It is not opening the preview mode, but it is trying to download, but there is another pop-up. Okay, so the pop-up is saying you want to download or you want to open. Okay, it is always asking this pop-up, right? So I don't want this pop-up also. I want to directly download that. So how do I do that? I need to add one more key then, right? It's very simple. If something is coming, right, you need to add one more key, one more preference you need to set. Okay, here the key is browser dot. So it is going to a little lengthy key, guys. So how do you check these keys basically? So for Firefox, just go to this website. So you don't want to ask that one, that pop-up, right? Okay, search with never ask. So you can see here we have two things, save to disk and open file. So here let's just read this one. A comma separated list of MIME types to open directly without asking confirmation. And the same way, save to disk. So we are not opening the file. We want to save to disk, right? So what is this MIME types actually? Let me show you what it is. Okay, so whenever you are downloading any file, right? So every file will have a specific MIME type. Okay, so for PDF, you can come down associated MIME types. So this is the MIME type. So under the Firefox only, you are going to add this MIME types. Under any other browser, you are not going to add. So this is the MIME type that we want to add. Okay. But before that, what is the key? This is the key. Okay. So this is the preference that I want to set. So let me paste that here. So it is coming with spaces. So I need to remove the spaces. So here in the Firefox browser, right, these things will have only dot. So in the Chrome browser, we have seen underscore, right? But here it is only dots only. Okay, so everything is separated by dot only. So what is the value? The value is comma separated list of MIME types. So if you want to handle only PDF, you need to provide only one. But if you want to add multiple document types, right, you can use comma separation. Okay, you can provide all those things in the string value here only, but using comma separator. So first let's go with PDF, then we will see docs also. So now let me execute this. The preference only set, nothing is changed here. This time the pop-up also should not come. It should directly download the file. But we haven't changed the default directory. So it is going to download the file into the default directory only. We haven't provided any custom directory. Okay. You can see the file is downloaded. So how do you see that file? You can just right click, open containing folder. So if you open this, it is downloading into downloads folder. But I don't want to do that one, right? So I want to download the file into custom directory. So again I need to set one more preference for that, right? So here let me just copy this. So this is the value, right? So the key can be different, but the value is that one. Okay. So what is the key then? So let's go to this website. Okay. So if you don't know the key, let's go to this website and just type download. Okay. Sorry, download. Okay. So here you can see download.default folder, download.dir, download.dir. Okay. So there are so many keys. So you can read the description here. So what is this actually doing? So for us, what we need is this one, the last directory used for save a file. Okay. So this is the one that we need to use. So let me copy this. So let me remove the spaces. So even though I have used this, right, it is going to give one small problem for us. Okay, let's see. So first let me execute that, then only we will see, we will understand what is the problem, right? So the file is downloaded. Okay, you can see here the file is downloaded. Okay, let me open that file where it is actually downloaded in the downloads folder only. But I have provided the custom directory, right? Why it is actually not considering the custom directory? So let's see that also. So I have provided the custom directory, but why it is not taking that? So let's go back to the keys again. So here you can see another one, that is folder list. So what it is saying? So 0 means to the desktop. So if you provide this value as 0, it is going to store under the desktop. If it is if you are providing as 1, it is going to go with downloads folder. This is the default value. You can see the default is there, right? So that is why even though I have mentioned this download directory, it is going to the downloads folder only. The default value for this one is this 1. Okay, even though you haven't set anything, the default is 1. Okay, and what is 2? The last folder specified for the download. Okay, so if you have changed the folder, then that folder should be reflected here with this setting. Okay, so you have changed the folder using this one, but if you provide 2, then only this folder will be coming into picture. Otherwise, it will not consider that one. So that means we have to provide this key also. So now profile dot set preference. So this is the key, right? So again, I need to remove the spaces here. So the value is integer value 0, 1, 2, right? So I want to provide 2 value because it should download the file into this one, the custom directory. Okay, so that is why I need to provide the integer value as 2. So now let's download this. Let's run the script. You can see the file is downloaded, right? So where it is downloaded? This time it is downloaded the file into music test downloads. That means this is considering the custom directory. This is my custom directory, right? This is considering the custom directory and downloaded into that folder. So this is what I want to achieve, right? So we have achieved that. But let's do one more thing. So what is that? So when I say but, don't worry guys. So it is going to be a small but only. So I want to see how to download the doc or docs files also, right? Because here I have added only PDF YAML, but let's see whether that is going to work with this one or not. So when I run this, the file should be downloaded. So let's see what happens. So in the previous browsers, I have changed only the file type and everything is same only, right? But let's see whether it will download or not. So it is not downloading. Okay, it is again asking me, so what you want to do with this file format? So I don't want to give this pop-up also again, right? So here there are different types of YAML types for the doc file. So for the PDF there are different YAML, and for this one there are different MIME. So these things you need to add. So if you know the proper YAML, then it is fine. If you don't know, just add all the things, okay? Because here we have doc and docs, both formats, right? So I'm going to add all the things here. Simple. So first I need to put those things by comma separation, okay, like this. So now let me add this completely here, comma, this one, okay. This time when I run this program, it should not throw the error. It should not ask that default pop-up, what you want to do or something, okay. It should directly download the file into my local system. And now I have added to only doc. So if I download Excel file, again it will show me that one, right? So you need to have all the MIME types what you are going to download. Now you can see the file is downloaded here. Okay, just open that. So it is downloaded into the custom directory, music test downloads. Okay, so this is how you have to handle a different file format in Firefox driver. So for Firefox browser only, it is going to be a little headache, guys. So for Edge and this Chrome is going to be very easy. So this is how you need to download the files, guys. So I have shown all the top 3 browsers. Okay, so you can just check with Opera browser and Safari browsers. You can practice with those things also. Okay, so I'm going to leave all these key links also. Okay, so let me remove this. So this link and this link also I'm going to leave in the description box below. But what is this link? I haven't explained anything about this link, right? So these are the Chrome keys. Okay, so this is for Firefox, right? So the second one is for Firefox, but the first one is for Chrome. Okay, just type download. You can see there are some keys here. Okay, download prompt you want or not. Okay, so there are some keys related to download. So all the keys that are available for Chrome are mentioned here. Okay, just for your reference, I will mention these links in the description box below. So that is how you need to download the files, guys. So I will leave this program also in my GitHub repository, and I will leave that link also in my description box below. So that is for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like the video, please hit the like button and also share this video with your friends. So if you have any doubts or if you are facing any issues, please let me know that in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.